to Rizla, and then you give the ult over to Valentina.
And the Throne of Ruin is also a good ult to give.
It's all good. No matter what, these ults can
God.
feathered airstrike, which is why we're leaning more towards TS, despite the counter index.
Watch out for tech charge into the Throne of Ruin.
Oh, dude. Well, we're going to see here because Valentina is so good, which is also the grandmother of Gusion and Amon. Yeah, you learn something new every day. So now we're going to be throwing it over to Trex and Gani, potentially the final game between Team Spirit against Yangon Galacticos.
Thank you, boys.
Seconds till the enemy
It's
reaches
match
the battlefield.
point for
Smash
Team
them.
Spirit. Yangon Galacticos back against the ropes, pushed into a
Welcome
corner.
to Mobile
Can they
Legends.
do something different here in the land of Dawn? Gani, the casters, the panel, they were talking about the draft. Any big thoughts from you to pull away from this?
You know what? Hoping the best for YG, but I like it better, at least their approach here. But then again, Spirits' draft, man, it's looking very scary.
Once again, it is aggressive. You have the Grok, something that can make huge plays happen. But YG wants to already play the aggressive route, and this might be exactly what they need.
Yep, Sao here still holding on. From his flicker, that's going to be first blood, though, for Yangon Galacticos getting hot early.
So we're seeing traces of what YG brought in game one, and that's the pace they need to do, right? If they can get ahead in the early game, you can set Han up for a nice pace as well. Lina already making early ganks to the top side along with Han.
Oh, Hiko, forced to use that flicker. That's, again, already a value trade for YG. And Spirit now, slowly but surely here, just losing control.
Yeah, Team Spirit, though, also looking for those plays. Look at them in this bottom jungle. The way Kid Bamba tried to curve around and catch Blink there. And this is where Yangon has to be careful, right? They can play aggressive, but don't let one player get too deep, because that's where they made the mistakes in the past. Blink would go too far. Ying would go too far. Someone would get cut off, and the game quickly turns around. They have a lead here. Play it correctly.
Yep, so far, so good. Just a kill apart from that here, and we can see your Spirit already trying to find initiative on this first neutral objective. YG a little bit late to that party.
Level 4 does land in for Kid Bamba, though, and Sunset Lover. And they make something count here. One shot gets a free turtle, and I think that's a fair free turtle, honestly. Han doesn't want to jump into one shot right now. Yangon had a gold lead, so they don't actually fall behind by losing that turtle. It just kind of evens the pacing, and I think it's the right move.
Yeah, it's just discipline. Again, a Blink is not level 4, so can't expect crazy movements from this show for now. But, you know, after hitting that 4, I think it's going to be very important for Blink to be more proactive, to find the right timings and targets. You can see here just Blink screening one shot, providing information on the whereabouts of this Leomord. So these side laners can have a good time in jungling, or farming, rather.
Nothing too crazy in terms of items. I will say Kid Bamba did skip boots. Not something too common for EXP laners most of the time. Hiko goes for boots. Stitch skips them, or no, Stitch picks them up secondary as well. No full items built in just yet. Things still calm, and this is very different than what we saw from YG in the past few games. They would try to force fights. They would try to force turtles. This is kind of what I wanted to see from them, especially in game 2. So as long as they can keep this pace, it looks good for them. But Team Spirit, at what point are they going to push the envelope? They do have the dive composition. They have a composition that wants to try to push heavily into you, get tech charges off, bring out the Phantom Steed. Hiko looks for quick rotations, and he hasn't really been able to get involved in these fights just yet. Once he does, is that going to be the moment that Team Spirit kind of takes the game into their hands?
Yeah, if you look at their composition, indeed, if it's a raw 5v5, that Team Spirit, they are looking the better. They have the better composition for that big 5v5. Let's see, though, will that happen here? Oh, that's a flicker. Again, Wave Dragon on towards the Roamer. Tech charge popped, but Sao goes down regardless. That's going to be a 5v4 for that turtle fight.
And a beautiful play for the turtle fight at that. YG now moving on to Kid Bamba here. He's going to try to dash through.
below 50% HP for that turtle. Blink looking for an angle. They know Way of Dragon. That's going to be one shot taking the turtle. Wings by Lina to reposition. Ying will not force a fight just yet. YG playing it patiently.
Yeah, very patient. And that's exactly what they need to do. For a second there, I'm like, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't go too deep. And they were able to back off. Kid Bomba, though, in a bad spot.
Oh, Way of Dragon finds the mark. Kid Bomba goes down. So far, so good for Yangon Galacticos.
Yeah, they're getting pickoffs. I mean, it's 3-0 right now. They find a member here. They find a member there. They make up for the turtles that they're not able to secure. No towers down just yet. Now, earlier, you said that Team Spirit had a nice 5-man composition. I will say one thing in favor for Yangon, though, is they have a composition that doesn't stay too grouped together. Everyone can they can play very spaced out, and that means Sawo won't have these big grouped up targets to get the combos off on. Same thing with Kid Bomba. As long as Yangon can kind of make sure they never get too grouped up in a solid 5-man ball, they should be able to handle this, and that's exactly what they're doing. Sawo forced to use a tech charge just to get away. First tower goes down in the game. Yangon Galacticos able to secure it, and that's going to give Ying an advantage in these rotations, something that Kid Bomba has always had before.
And also, I want to add, right, I feel like YG, they understand they're good at pickups as well. That's why they're just keeping things at bay here, finding important pickoffs, finding something on the board. That's going to be Blink, though, getting jumped on. Still able to find that Way of Dragon just to buy time. Flicker in time, and one shot finds space to take Blink down. That's the first kill on the board for Spirit.
Okay, so he does get caught off there, but still, overall in the general scheme of things, Blink has been playing better. They've been able to get these kicks. I wouldn't call it just yet, but Team Spirit knows they get one. They're looking for another.
Ying will fall just before the turtle spawns. So that's going to be a free turtle for Spirit. And Stitch, they're eyeing on Stitch now. That's a stun landing. Purified popped a little bit too late. The dive is there. Down goes Stitch. And Team Spirit finally finding their rhythm here.
Man, the moment we got past the 6-minute mark here, Team Spirit knows, okay, this is our time to shine. We've got some items in. War Axe is over to Kid Bomba. War Axe is over to One Shot. Winter Truncheon in the hands of Sunset Lover. Once they all got that first item in, they knew, okay, we have a power advantage here. We can make dives happen. We can make pickoffs happen. Once they smelt a little bit of blood by taking out Blink, it was onto the top lane, onto the next one. But Yangon Galacticos is still doing a good job at bottom lane map control, getting some push, relieving pressure. Now that they've fallen behind, they need to know, okay, this isn't our time. We hold out for a few more minutes. Once second item gets locked in for Lina, they'll have a lot more opportunity coming up on the first floor.
Again, YG just needs to hold their tempo, like you said, their Trex. An item check here, it's not too far between the junglers, not too far between all there. So we can see here just Spirit trying to gain more control, gain more ground. I think that last turtle fight was just a turnaround. And it seems like they are trying to find more rhythm. Bottom side, though, they got to clear that. And Yangon, do they have enough, spike here to find something?
I mean, luckily, the 1.5K gold lead from after looking at those items, it was pretty spread out. It was only about 200 gold between each player, which is a good thing in the general scheme of things. It's not like it's 800 gold into the hands of One Shot or Kid Bomba or Sunset or even Hiko at that. It's not a full item into the hands of one person, which means Yangon really isn't that far behind. It's a piece of an item to each member. So Yangon, in my eyes, still can look for a fight. They can try to contest this Lord. It's not out of bounds for them at all.
Definitely not. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is for match point and Spirit. They're 1,000 gold ahead here in potentially the last game of the series. The Lord is up, Hiko. Okay, so all 5 of Spirit is already shown on the map here. YG should have an idea on... Oh my goodness! The combination there in the mid lane will drop Lina down. It's a 5v4 now as Spirit. They will move onwards. Han pops Mount Shocker. Oh, but take a look at Kid Bomba just zoning away. Now one shot stuck. No retribution for YG. That's a free Lord. Yindo will escape.
Blink on the run as well, but one shot doesn't want to let him go, takes him out. Team Spirit, they find the target, they lock on, they take out Lina, and at that point, Yangon Galacticos with their spread out formation, Team Spirit took advantage of it. Kid Bomba keeps on at bay, never having the chance to even get close to the Lord.
Wow, you saw the tempo there. YG was trying to find an angle, but I feel like Han was all alone, struggling to find an angle. In Spirit again, they want to fight. Shaman Force pops, Kid Bomba. Oh, Ying trying to find the clear, gets it, but Kid Bomba with the immune, still able to hold on. Feather airstrike lands! Sao finds a two-man stall, but that's a big Throne of Ruin. The damage is there. Take a look at Sao. Will not be able to escape. That's one member taken down. Yangon will deal with the Lord.
Okay, so they get a member, they're able to defend, and they don't lose the tier 3 on the mid, which is huge for Yangon Galacticos. Team Spirit, though, in that last Lord fight, Kid Bomba, man, he is just stepping up his game so much. These are the highs that we normally see from him, but he's finally doing them consistently. He is just on Han from game 1 to now. Han has never even had a chance to step foot into these Lord pits. He's never even had a chance to try to be a part of the major fights that matter. And yes, Kid Bomba might make a mistake. He might have died last time, but when it matters, he is on fire.
Bomba again looking for an opening. Pops the bravest fighter. Will retreat, will reposition. Blink opens up the bush. And spots 3 there, backing away again. Both teams here, especially here for Ying, I think if they want to fight, they gotta wait for that flicker. Item check, almost Holy Crystal for Stitch, so they definitely have chances.
This is a dangerous spot for Stitch and Lina to be sitting. We just saw what happened last game. Both of them right next to each other. I think these are two players that shouldn't be so close because Sawo's waiting for that moment. Yes, it's also hard to be split up because Kid Bomba and Hiko are also looking for targets, but they got to be careful about who's with who overall on the map. Team Spirit looking for this tier 3. Like they got something to prove, man. It is finally going to go down. It's going to open up the map for Team Spirit. Yangon Galacticos trying to deal with his bottom lane. It's been slowly pushing essentially since last Lord. And YG's just been having trouble dealing with it.
Yeah, I can see your Spirit just strangling Yangon Galacticos. And it's Yangon Galacticos cannot do much, right? Because if they want to fight big 5v5, they don't have the composition for it. And Spirit says like, okay, until there is a, we have an idea if it's a 4v4, 5v5, we will not pull the trigger. They're taking their tempo down. They're controlling their tempo, which I really like. And you can see that quality from Spirit all 3 games.
So how does Yangon deal with this at this point? In the beginning, they were able to get pickoffs, right? It's getting much harder to do that. Blink's not really able to find them. Team Spirit's a bit more grouped up. Yangon Galacticos might just need to let Team Spirit come to them a bit.
Let's see. That's going to be a Way of Dragon. Feather Airstrike committed, Kid Bomba, but that's going to be the Lord taken by one shot. Ying, terrified, and that's going to be Ying going down. Ladies and gentlemen, Stitch comes to the party. So it's a 1-for-1, but Spirit, they got the Lord.
Yeah, it's a roamer for a Lord, plus you get Ying in the exchange. It's a big win for Team Spirit. 5,000 gold lead pushing in once more. Yangon Galacticos has to back off. Blink, maybe a little too deep, per usual. With a Lord coming, your best bet is let's just defend the inhibitors.
Seems like they will. Uh-oh, that's a stun. Blink still holding on to his flicker, so no crazy plays as they wait to defend that top lane.
All right. Team Spirit does a great job at syncing up these lanes. Bot lane is a little bit off. Han able to go down and push it out. This is going to mean that Team Spirit has top in mid with a hard push. Team Spirit not committing fully to the Lord just yet. They want to go for mid.
YSS shows. Let's see here. Spirit, will they pull the trigger to force a fight? But that's going to be the recall, so let's see. Stitch in the back. That's a stun by the Mount Shocker. Blinks. Looks for an opening. Lord taken care of. A Spirit holding on here with the siege.
YG able to defend very well. Stitch jumps out. Blink as well. Are they going to try to look for a play? Don't know if it's what they should do. Keep it safe. Back off. Let Team Spirit come to you. You have the Feathered Airstrike. You have the Way of the Dragon that doesn't always have to be used extremely aggressively. You can wait for Kid Bomba to come in and then get the pickup, but here he goes.
Way of Dragon under the turret. Take a look at Sao in the back. Oh, big knockup, but Hiko under the turret will fall. That's going to be Ying again, trying to provide bodies to members of Spirit taken off the board. And YG, they want to fight now. Will they be able to close the gap? Han will. Down goes Kid Bomba. And YG will fight more.
In a matter of seconds, YG find a moment. Blink finally gets to show off something great. Gets the kick on to Kid Bomba, and once he falls, Team Spirit falls behind him. YG, they open up the map again. There's still 2.6k gold behind. With these 3 kills, let's take a look at the replay real quick. It all starts with the big kick onto Kid Bomba. Sawo misses in that push, unable to get a big tech charge on anyone. At that point, YG comes out, and all it takes is one mistake for YG to finally find a moment where hey, we can do this. They have no ults left. They have nothing big to use against us. Han has enough items where he can output the damage, and YG now, the map is looking a little red again. It's only a 1.3k gold lead. I'd love to see the items on where Han is at this point, along with Stitch, because him as well, he's doing a decent amount of damage. Is this the turnaround for YG?
I think that moment was very crucial, and if let's say Spirit overextends, gets a little bit overzealous again with their initiations, definitely YG can turn this around. Sao now, the all-in from YG is enough to take Rock down! Ying in the back finds a 3-man Thorn of Ruin, and that's going to be Kid Bomba try to create a parameter, but will it be enough? Stitch goes down, Lina goes down, and YG, they almost find their rhythm, but 2 main damage dealers are out.
Hiko was luckily able to take out Lina off cam there, which is a huge play at this point. Without Stitch, without Lina, Yangon Galacticos are not going to be able to fight for this one shot. It's 5 seconds till he has his red tree. Watch for Ying here. Doesn't have the ruin. Not going to be able to make a huge play. Kid Bomba smells him out.
Wow, good awareness. Free Lord for Spirit. Let's see if YG this time around can pull off a great defense yet again.
I think they can. I think at this point, Yangon Galacticos definitely can defend, but that's as long as they don't make any big mistakes. We're not looking at something like a 16k gold lead in the hands of Team Spirit. Team Spirit can't force this open, and it goes both ways. If Team Spirit makes another big mistake, if Sawo misses a huge tech charge like he did last time after Kid Bomba gets kicked, then yeah, it's bad news bears for Team Spirit. Yangon Galacticos once again on the defense.
Waiting to pull the trigger. Feather Airstrike popped. One shot popped the Steed. Top lane will be destroyed by the Lord. YG holding on 2 remaining base turrets. He will take care of the Lord now, and it feels like the mid is open.
I love the testing from both teams right now. Sticking a foot in the water, pulling it out, seeing who's going to bite the bait first.
Yeah, both teams just hovering around, waiting for someone to be slightly extended, to slightly misposition himself, and it seems like one base turret taken down, it's worth it.
Oh, another kick on to Sawo, always the target.
Tech charge defensively as well. 2 roamers not having the ults. Feather Airstrike committed. Now it's going to be YG. Ying stunned, having the immortality, will lose his immortality. Blink looks for an opening. That's a flanker. Hiko finds the flank. One shot to execute Ying down. And that's going to be just 4 members standing. Stitch. Shaman Force bombs. Oh my goodness. Han connects the shot. Down goes Kid Bomba.
You know, during the midst of that fight, I'm looking at Yangon Galacticos, and they're all out of green dots. No ults. I look at the Team Spirit, all out of ults. Hiko, though, was the last one still with shifting clouds, able to make some big plays happen. He comes in, gets the kill onto Ying. But luckily enough, Yangon Galacticos, Han, the damage is really online for him at this point. He's max items out, creeping closer to 20 minutes. It's essentially a tie game at this point. Both teams, all of their damage dealers are fully locked and loaded. The only person lacking right now, honestly, is Lena. Just got the Holy Crystal and still looking for one more item to finish the build. But either way you look at it, there's enough damage and sustain on both sides to fight for this next Lord. The problem with it is, the bad news for Yangon Galacticos, the Lord does pop up on bottom side and top lane is exposed. So they need to find a way to deal with that lane pushing in on them and also fight the Lord.
Seems like Stitch will pull the trigger, Shaman Forge pops just to, find some information, perhaps trigger a spell or two. But yeah, you're right? With the far lane, top Lord spawning bottom, feels like Spirit can play around this Lord, dance more to their... it's going to be 1v1. Jungler versus Jungler, one shot, and Han will not commit that, but that will beat Spirit again, popping the Phantom Steed.
Yeah, both use their retribution as well. No conceal play for the side of Yangon. It's going to be a slow Lord game here at this point. And like I said, position is going to be key. Team Spirit with a slow push up top. Blink, though, able to get the kick onto one shot.
An important one. That's going to be the burst. Not enough, though. He has immortality. Dang, jumps in. That's going to be one shot. Gun down. Blink finds it. That's going to be a 5v4 without the jungle. Take a look at Hiko in the back, providing damage on towards Han, causing this stress. And down goes the junglers. It's a 4v4 without junglers, and YG will reposition.
Hiko says, I never needed a jungler anyways. I'll do this myself. I'll carry the team on my shoulders. Who needed a retribution when you've got damage like that? Hiko continues to jump onto the backside and find a target, and Han was the perfect one. It's blow for blow right now, trade for trade. Earlier it was EXP for EXP. This time it's jungler for jungler. Nobody seems to be able to get a free piece of material here.
Yeah, Ying here, keep in mind, he still has the flicker. That's a stun though still. The damage is still there from the side of Spirit. Ying jumps back in. Uh-oh, take a look at the flanks with the conceal. By Sunset Lover! An important initiation by Blink and friends. He goes down for a minute.
50-second death counter, that's huge. Yangon Galacticos could try to force this. Keep our eyes on Hiko here. If there's gonna be a game changer, I feel like it's gonna be him in this upcoming Lord fight. One shot, keeping his distance, waiting for the moment to maybe go in for the steal. Sawo as well.
50% HP is the Lord's health. That's a great cancellation there by Sawo to reset the Lord. Buy time for Spirit. And let's see, with Sunset Lover not available, I'm expecting YG to force a fight, but it seems like Spirit, they're hiding their whereabouts.
Yeah, because the problem is even with Yangon getting that pick off on a Sunset Lover, it's still a 4v4 because they have to send Ying to the top side. And even him, I was watching on the minute, he's taking it slow.
Oh, Bomba. Yeah, Bomba here, being the recipient of, a couple of damage, but take a look at the Lord's health. It's not resetted. Let's see, it's going to be one shot again, taking the Lord. Hiko! And Han going at it again with immortality pop. Hiko says, good night. And YG, they failed to get the Lord. Spirit, they will have a chance to go and advance to the next phase. Let's see the defense from YG.
Lord gets shredded down and Han takes a stroll around the wall. It was there. I felt like that was their Lord. I felt like that was their opportunity.
This is it.
In game time, in crunch time, they fall short. Or better yet, Team Spirit falls stronger. Team Spirit keeps the composure and match point, and Yangon Galacticos once again on the defense.
This might be the push here that eliminates YG. They're taking their time knowing that Sawo is not up and available. They will take the turrets though. YG still holding on here, it seems like. The Lord will be taken care of, but they will lose their mid and perhaps their bottom side base circuit. Bomba, taking a lot of damage there. Courtesy of Lina, but still able to get out.
All right, one more chance, one more shot for Yangon Galacticos. If they lose this next Lord, it's GG's, I think, at that point. It's a wrap. Unless, of course, it's some crazy Lord steal and they wipe out the other 5 members. But at this point, if a full 5-man plus Lords comes rushing at them, I don't think Yangon Galacticos can defend. We're almost 25 minutes in the game. This is the best we've seen Yangon play thus far in this series. But they got to be able to push just a little bit farther. This is the difference between boys and men at this point. You got to be able to give it that 110%. You can't make any mistakes because Team Spirit has been playing amazingly. And the couple times that Team Spirit did mess up, it was Sabo missing the tech charger, Kid Bomba getting cut off. Who's going to make the first mistake here in this possibly final game?
Well, let's see if Spirit can force their opponents to misposition, because with 2 base turrets down and Trex, I think it's about time, you know? Again, the Lord will spawn in the bottom side, unfortunately, for YG, so they can play around the minions. Hence, 2 members or 2 players already sent to clear it fastly, swiftly. And now with the Lord here in the bottom side, what will YG do? Will they fight or will they hold on?
They're going to fight. They're going to try to win. That's what they're going to do. Can they do it, though, is the real question. Kid Bomba is at top level, shows himself. I feel like at this point, Yangon, this is their only opportunity to maybe try to force something here. Blink goes on a Sabo once again. Han has to deal with bottom lane. Oh. Now, once again, it's a stalemate.
Yeah, cheeky Kid Bomba just shows a bit, you know, and then rotated back towards the mid to provide backup if needed.
Eco on that bottom lane is so scary.
Yeah.
Because you know what he's doing, right? Once this fight pops off, he's going to move around onto that tri-bush and just either hammer down onto Han, hammer down on Lino, big kick on the Kid Bomba. Here comes Hiko, though.
Yeah, on towards one shot here. That's going to be Steve triggered. Take a look at Lord's HP, below 50% HP. Hot Bomba looks for an opening, finds a stun. Feather airstrike will deal a lot of damage. And that's going to be YG Blink, loses immortality. Hiko very low, but he's able to get out.
Kid Bomba gets a perfect stun onto Stitch there, and YG are forced to disengage.
Oh, Ying stun. Bought the immortality in time, and we'll lose it. Oh, it's going to be a 5v4, but the winner crown. It's still 5v5 in the Land of Dawn.
Lords still up. Yangon Galacticos just trying to hang on. They find a play here and there, but even that last kick, a little too deep. Yangon had to fully commit and leave the Lord behind. Lord gets reset, and now we're back to ground zero here. Plus 9 gold for Yangon Galacticos.
It's, again, if you don't count the turrets, it's just even Stevens here. But Spirit, they're taking their time here. They do not want to, risk it, feels like. The last couple of sequence was more on Yangon taking initiative. But, let's see here. Spirit, they know that they don't need to take initiative. They know they can just respond to plays with the situation that they're in.
Well, at this point of the game, gold leads don't matter anymore, right? At this point of the game, Team Spirit knows, okay, their composition is fully loaded. Our composition is fully loaded. All it takes is one mistake, right? Or do you pull the trigger first or do you wait? Because sometimes if you don't pull the trigger first, they get the big play. Blink did mess up last time. He wasn't able to get Kid Bomba to a good position with that wall. But honestly, Team Spirit doesn't have to rush things. With that top lane constantly pushing, they can take this very, very slow and just look for position on the Lord, which is what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, Han shows top, so I think Spirit can, commit on towards his Lord, but it seems like they're taking their time again, right? They can respond. They don't need to be the ones pulling the trigger. So, Yangon, they're asking the question towards their side here. Yangon, what are you going to do? We can take our time, as long as we keep it tight. Link with the conceal.
Clock's ticking. Han needs to get into this pit fast.
Sowell will be the recipient of that wave of dragon. No burst damage though. Hiko jumps in on towards Stitch. That's gonna be tech charge. Take a look at Hiko. Dealing the damage, but that Sowell losing the mortality. Ying on the front side will escape with the winner crown popped as well. It's a 4v5. Yangon has chances.
They definitely have chances here, but Han's got to get his life back and get back to this pit as quick as possible. Ying now giving Team Spirit the Kid Bomba treatment, jumping on to one shot and two other members, pushing them away. And Ying is only going to keep on scaling at this point. The Alice is becoming hard to deal with, right? The Alice is becoming a major problem for Team Spirit, and Sawo continues to get picked off, continues to catch kicks to the face. He's 1-8-8 right now, and the problems are showing.
Yeah, I mean, all spells are up for Yangon. You can see the cooldowns spell-wise for Spirit, so they might have to concede this Lord.
And with Blink's positioning right now, One Shot's got no way in. Yeah. They should be able to get a free Lord here. They just need to rush it. They just need to burst it. But Han steps back once again. Hiko is there. I know you're worried about the shifting clouds, but...
Oh, that's the wrong way. Sunset Lover was able to flicker out of that one. Now, Ying jumps in. Take a look at Hiko trying to zone out the jungler. Terrify Ying this time will not survive. Down goes the Alice. Now, it's a 5v4. Lina finds the clutch steal, and they make it. They made it.
That's not the way I thought it was. You guys were going to get it. YG is now called you guys, just to let you know. I didn't think that wasn't the way. Han was supposed to just easily take that Blink at beautiful positioning, but they still got it. They still got it. They have to defend now. They have a very strong Lord on their side. They're down Ying. Just take it slow. You don't need to clear any of these waves. You need to buy as much time as possible. And then maybe, just maybe, they break some inhibitors here? Can they end here?
I mean, this might be enough to take us to game 4. But let's see the defense, right? They want to clear it fast. And YG can't answer just yet.
You know, One Shot wasn't even able to use his Retribution there. He still got it in the kit. Blink looking for the kick.
Seems like the Lord here will be at around 50% HP. And wow, what a way for Spirit, right? What a way to defend from Spirit. It seems like the Lord evolved here. Does not shake them.
All right. Okay. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. We're going to have another Lord coming up here soon.
Uh-oh, that's going to be the kick. Feather air strike pop. Ying jumps in, one shot with the steed, providing damage. Hiko in the back, but time for immortality. Hiko, though, with the winner crown, trying to survive. Ying will be the first one to fall alongside Hiko. It's a 1-for-1. YG! Sunset Lover finds connection to take Stitch down.
Never count the lover out. We watch everyone else all the time, but Sunset Lover continues. When it's desperate, when they're in dire need, he can pull through and pull up with a double kill. He can pull through and make something happen, especially on the Valentina. Team Spirit now back in control of the map, of the game. Yes, bottom lane's pushing, but Yangon Galacticos get essentially nothing out of that Lord. Still all inhibitor standing, still a tier 2 in the mid standing for Team Spirit. Team Spirit still able to take this next fight slowly. Luckily for Yangon, the Lord finally spawns on the top side, which is going to be helpful for them. It's going to change the dynamic on how they can approach this. And it's going to make things a little bit easier for them.
It's going to be more even, right, with the Lord dance, with the Lord spawning top. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, 33 minutes for potentially this last game, and we are still in it. Let's see if YG can force a game 4. One shot and friends already on the Lord. Below 50% HP now. YG doesn't seem like they... I
feel like they have to, even though they only have 3 members. They have to.
They have to fight.
They cannot, no way they defend. Oh, One Shot lets it reset.
Yeah. Call is, you know what, let's take our time. Let's reset. I mean, it's not fully resetted, though. Keep in mind, that the Lord is still jumping around.
Said, I'm resetting. Jumped in.
Now it's reset. But take a look at Hiko, right? With this fast clear, I think they're able to pull the trigger afterwards.
All right. I don't know what's, we're at 33 minutes. We're about to break 34. Let's just go to 40. Let's do it at this point, Maybe we can get a crazy Lord steal again and nothing can happen after, and it'll be epic. Very epic.
Should be. Unfortunately for Lena, that Lord steal wasn't enough to find the game. But apparently this perhaps here might be the final fight or push. That's the conceal. They're trying to pull the trigger. Doesn't really find the angle. The Lord will reset again.
Heck yeah, Will. Hiko, at this point in the game, Hiko was doing amazing, and now we are starting to see him actually. I mean, at 34 minutes, it gets tiring. Me and you are tired at this point, let alone Hiko, who is mentally in there, and he's going a little too deep sometimes, and he's been the one getting caught off. I feel like his two deaths have been in the latter part of this game.
Yeah, they know Parsa's not around. That's why they are, exploring the idea to commit on towards his Lord. He misses the ult. That's a big ult wasted. Take a look at the back. Hiko will be the first one to fall, though. Ying bought time for his team. The winner count did not come in time. YG still with 5. Samuel finds the 2-man, but the damage will not come through as Ying will not find an escape route. It's again a 4v4 as the Lord still stands strong.
Here's the thing, though. Ying is allowed to miss an ult. Hiko is not allowed to miss an ult right now. That is a good trade for Yangon Galacticos at this point. Will they take advantage of it? I think the moment Kid Bomba shows himself down here, Yangon needs to attack. They need to jump on this Lord. Stop wasting time. Put it out there.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're
Bomba's
looking.
on bot lane.
They're looking, right?
What are you looking for?
But Spirit, they are able to at least, keep their distance. They know that Kid Bomba's going to show. They're keeping their formations tight. That's a conceal. They want to re-engage. They want to look for something now with Bomba's, in the vicinity. But YG this time around, they will say that, this time around, we will keep our distance.
36 minutes. See, here's the thing. Team Spirit, they know the assignment. Once we have vision, once we know where you are, we're going to burst down this Lord. And now Yangon Galacticos trying to make their way out. Blink finally gets vision. Han, now that he knows they're working on this, needs to make his way over. Luckily for Yangon, they don't know where the rest of the team is. They don't know that Han's just hanging out in bot right now. No retry close at all. But they don't care. They're gonna try to rush this.
Let's say they're gambling or taking the risk here. YSS is still bottom side. What are you doing? They can pull the trigger here. That's gonna be Steed. Just to be sure, one shot takes the Lord. That's gonna be the pull. The trigger pulled. Not enough damage. But take a look at the combination here. Now with Kid Bomba around in front, Sunset level figures out the safety. The damage is not delivered, but that will be Hiko losing his life. Surely Han finds the stun, lands the shots, and down goes Hiko.
Yangon Galacticos, it's all on the line here. You just need to fight this at this point. There's no way you're surviving this Lord. There's no way you're surviving this push. It is all or nothing on the line.
Oh, Blink goes down. Kid Bomba again finds the connection. Down goes Stitch. Meanwhile, the Lord in the mid is marching hard. Stitch trying to buy time, but that's going to be Stitch going down.
Team Spirit with Yangon in their clutches want to end this here.
Now, can they defend one last chance? Feather Edge strike deployed. That's a stun, terrified. The damage. Take a look at Bomba. Still able to escape. Ying is still up. But that's the Feather Edge strike from Sunset Lover to seal the deal. Down goes Yangon Galacticos as Team Spirit. They will advance to the next round in a clean sweep fashion.
Team Spirit with the first 3-0 out of the best of 5s in the knockout stage. So that they are a team not to be messed with. YG.